The left's slavish obsession with forcing the so-called diversity inclusion standards on America, it's shredding the standards of excellence in everything from business to academia, even to the military.
This is Laura Ingraham, as most people probably know. She's a Fox News host. Well, Fox News propagandist is probably more appropriate, but she decided to do a story on DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion. Now, she's going to talk about Boeing in a second. Boeing is the company that produces airplanes. Just recently, the door flew off of a Boeing 737, I think, mid-flight. Depressurized everything, oxygen masks fell, lights flickering. Everybody's talking about, well, when I say everybody, I mean Fox News, far-right extremists. They're all talking about DEI and how the Department of Equity and Inclusion was to blame for this Boeing 737 mishap. If they didn't have, diversity in their organization or whatever, then this wouldn't have happened. I guess that means if it was more homogenous, more white, that it would, it would be fine, right? We wouldn't have loose bolts on doors anymore. Okay. Anyway, I wanted to track this down because I hadn't heard this before. And I was just streaming the other day on my Unfiltered YouTube channel, and I come across this thing on Reddit. It was like the fifth thing from the top. It says, Boeing CEO assures nervous flyers that all 737 aircraft are built to the highest diversity standards. That was the first that I had heard about it. So I wanted to track this down, figure out exactly where it came from. Let's finish the Laura Ingraham clip real quick, just so you get an idea of what they're talking about right now.
Now, in some settings, when DEI comes first and merit second, this may mean needless American deaths, and a lot of them.
Wow, if that's not a reason to scrap diversity in companies, I don't know what is.
Boeing recently bragged not about being the best in the business, but about surpassing its diversity quotas, with 92% of interviewees, they say, being diverse. Oh, goody. But then, not so good. A door flying off one of Boeing's 737 Supermaxes.
Is this even true? This thing about 92.5% of those interview slates will be diverse? I don't have any clue if that's true or not, but I do know that this Reddit post came out on the 10th, and this Laura Ingraham video came out on the 12th. So I wanted to track this down and figure it out. The Reddit post came out... Actually, the Reddit post came out on the January 11th, not the 10th, but it links to a Babylon Bee article, which is satire, by the way. This was posted like it was real, has hundreds of upvotes. I guess, people just don't even realize that it's fake, but if you click the article itself on the Babylon Bee, like the right-wing version of The Onion, it says, Boeing CEO assures nervous flyers that all 737 aircraft are built to the highest diversity standards. Quick note before we continue, I'm writing a book about my experiences inside the religion of Jehovah's Witnesses. I cover the culture and doctrine. It's understandable even if you know literally nothing about the religion, so I'd appreciate if you gave it a read. To find out more, go to owenmorgan.com/book. All links are in the description, of course. Okay, back to the video. Seattle, Washington, amid growing concerns over safety after several devastating mechanical failures on Boeing 737-9 MAX aircraft, Boeing CEO Dave Calhoun assured hesitant travelers that all their aircraft are built according to the highest standards of diversity. Again, this is fake. This is a fake article. It's not real. Quote, I know everyone is nervous about the doors of their planes blowing off the aircraft mid-flight or the entire fuselage buckling due to faulty parts, but let me assure you, Boeing is diverse, said Calhoun in a CNBC interview. In fact, our design and manufacturing crews are the most diverse in our company's history. Nothing to worry about. Boeing is facing NTSB investigations after several mechanical failures that caused Alaska Airlines to ground all 737 MAX aircraft. Calhoun said such concerns are unwarranted. We have women, people of color, and even autistic paraplegics working on the 737, he said. There's nothing safer than a plane built by diversity. At publishing time, 3 more airlines had grounded the aircraft, likely because they hate diversity. So that's the Babylon Bee article. As I said, fake. But if you click on the Reddit post about it, and just scroll down a little bit, let's look at some of the responses, shall we? First response, man, the bee is savage. Okay, this guy got it. 63 upvotes, right? So of the 234 people that saw this post and thought it was worthy of being liked, only 63 of them seemed to realize that it was Babylon Bee. Presumably, I guess maybe only a percentage of them. Let's keep scrolling here. This guy says, we want a diversity of aircraft here at Boeing. High quality, mid quality, and low quality. This guy doesn't seem to get it. And there are 31 upvotes on this one. Is this guy, does he not realize that this is satire? Do you think that this guy is sitting over there, really pissed off that the DEI program got a plane to nearly crash? Do you think that he's angry that Boeing is made up of black people and white people? It should only be white? Let's keep reading here. This guy under him that replied to him, we are going to make Boeing 737, 373, 377, and of course our latest model 73X, which is number neutral. Obviously taking a shot at non-binary people. This is a fabrication in their heads. Okay, this problem that they're talking about does not exist. This thing about, diversity, crashing planes and ruining everything and all that. It's fake. Here, this is the third response that I found here. So we've got one that recognizes fake, one that seemingly doesn't recognize it, and then another that recognizes that it's fake, but insists that it's real anyways. This isn't even satire. Nearly every corporation in the S&P 500 is going for broke with insane equity and diversity policies. No, they're not. This is not happening. This isn't a problem. Yeah, there are diversity and equity departments because diversity and equity make the United States and companies stronger. Do you think a company would willingly do something that cost it time and energy and money that it didn't have to do? I mean, there aren't government regulations that say you must blah, blah, blah. You must have a DEI program. That doesn't exist. Why do all of these companies have them then? Because it's beneficial to the company. This is the sad truth and why I want to change employers. I've basically hit the pinnacle of my career at 31, and because I'm a white male, I'm at a huge disadvantage of moving beyond my current position. No. You're at a huge advantage. That's the deal. That's the thing. That's what we're trying to equalize here with DEI programs. You're at a massive advantage. The black community only makes up 15% of the United States. A lot of companies don't even represent that proportion correctly. In many cases, it's, 95% white. And this guy believes that he's at a disadvantage. When all you know is privilege, equality feels like oppression. Quick interjection, this won't take long. If you like what I do, I'd appreciate it if you watch the video to the end. YouTube bases video reach off of watch time, so watching even an extra minute makes the video go further. Liking and subscribing goes a long way too. Finally, it would be awesome if you guys checked out my Patreon. All links are in the description, of course. Okay, back to the video. So I figured that this is where it started, right? This Reddit on the 11th, but it actually goes even further back than that. The Babylon Bee article came out on the 10th, and Elon Musk posted a tweet about this also on January the 10th. Says, do you want to fly in an airplane where they prioritize DEI hiring over your safety? That is actually happening. No, it's not. It's not happening. The implication here is that if you're not white, you are inferior. You are an inferior person. White people are superior. They're supreme, if you will. White supremeness. I feel like there's a term for this. I can't put my finger on it. So I have to wonder, who posted this first? Was it Elon Musk or was it the Babylon Bee? I do know that Elon Musk is from South Africa, and he grew up in apartheid South Africa during a time and in a place where the country that he lived in was completely separate, segregated. Black people lived in a different area. It was against the law for a white person to marry a black person. It was the most horrific case of segregation that I've seen in a while. South Africa was. It was bad. Forced segregation by white colonists and, the black native Africans to the area. just white and black. It's just sad. Elon Musk grew up in apartheid South Africa. I know how bad this is, how bad apartheid South Africa is, because I don't know if you guys remember that book, Donald J. Trump, the Son of Man, the Christ. Right here, we got it. President Donald J. Trump, the Son of Man, the Christ. This guy is also from South Africa, and in this book, I read it on my Owen Reads channel. It's horrific, dude. The things that he says, he talks about openly wanting black people to die and stuff. It's psychotic, straight up psychotic. That's the environment Elon Musk grew up in. You can't tell me that this guy is not harboring ill will toward anybody that's not white. So who said it first? Was it Elon Musk, January 10th, 2:01 p.m., or did the Babylon Bee release the article first? There is no timestamp on the Babylon Bee article, sadly. I'm really curious which one said it first. I mean, they're both influential in their own right. I'm wondering, I mean, this is the birth of a meme, right? I'm wondering if this is actually where it started, or if somebody else started it somewhere else. And it's just sad, man. It's straight up sad that people are like this. Okay, so this guy says it isn't even satire. Nearly every corporation, S&P, blah, blah, blah. That previous comment that I read. Somebody under that says it is satire, unless you really think it was DEI programs at Boeing that led to reduced quality control and not the bean counters cutting costs over the last 2 decades, trying to get more payout for their shareholders rather than listening to their engineers. There you go. Absolutely. 5 upvotes for this guy out of the 250 upvotes at the Post got or something. 5 upvotes for him. Wow, great. The parent comment had 18 upvotes. People arguing with this guy. Those things are fundamentally the same. When political goals become more important than market goals, disconnections from market reality happens. What? What the hell is he talking about? Political goals? Seriously, since when do companies do anything to help anybody without being legally compelled to? If a company is doing something with their money or their employees or whatever, it's because it benefits them. And if they are doing something that doesn't directly benefit the company, the CEO or whoever ordered that can be sued by shareholders for not putting the company's interests first. Really, the company must do beneficial things for the company, beneficial for the company, not for society. So there is no company that's, quote unquote, putting political goals ahead of market goals. This is, see, like, how disconnected from reality do you have to be at the point that these people are at right now? How did they get here? It's like propaganda comes out about some insane stuff that's completely false, and then people get all wound up over it, and they're like, oh my God, this is really happening. And they start making up even more propaganda to build on the previous stuff. And now Fox News is building on propaganda from the propaganda. It's like a death spiral. It's a positive feedback loop. They're swirling down the toilet right now with extremism and absolute insanity. Diversity, equity, and inclusion departments are beneficial to companies. That's why they have them. Full stop. Jesus, dude, this is crazy. What's even crazier is, I think this is from January 11th, this clip was. And I swear this was a comment on this Reddit post, but I can't find it now, so I did not dream that up. I'm very sure it was a comment on this Reddit post. Listen to this guy.
Attention Boeing executives, DEI must die, not passengers on your planes. Steve Moore on the company's misguided priorities, coming up next.
DEI must die. I could have sworn the subreddit said that. There was a comment under there somewhere. I have to wonder, like, is Fox News trolling the subreddit? Probably, right? For stories? I mean, what's it like to have hosts on for 24 hours straight, 7 days a week? They've got to find content somewhere, right? Jesus Christ, man. Here's another guy right here who is completely out of his head on this DEI stuff. He found propaganda and assumed that all of the other propaganda about that was real. Just listen to this guy try to pour Kool-Aid for us.
Well, just when you think the loony left can't get any more woke, they never cease to amaze me. It's hard to keep up with their zaniness.
It's not, because there's no zaniness. That's the thing. It's only hard to keep up with the far right and what they're saying about left-wing zaniness. By the way, this is a Newsmax guy, a Newsmax host or whatever.
So let's see if we can just remember some of the absurdities of 2023. And to help us is Avita Duffy from The Federalist, along with actor and social media guru Braden Sorbo, plus, of course, our special guest, Melanie Collette. So
I'm actually going to be talking about Brendan Sorbo on another video. So if you want to check that out, take a look around. It'll be releasing this week, but he's the son of Kevin Sorbo, and he is just as unglued from reality as Kevin is. Anyway, just keep listening here. So, top woke moment of 2023.
Before I forget, I do apologize. I identify as cisgender, and my pronouns are he, him, his, I, me, my, mine, and myself, okay?
I don't know what this guy's talking about. Nobody does this. I'm on the left. I only really talk to other people that are on the left, unless I'm just out in public. I only make friends that are on the left. I'm not making Trump supporter friends. We just have a clashing thing here, right? I have never in my life ever met somebody who does that. I've never met anybody who even advocates for somebody giving their pronouns when they start a conversation. I've never seen that in my life. But this guy and the rest of the right seem to be completely and totally convinced that this is 100% real. It's really happening, and they have to do something about it. It's a death spiral, man. I'm telling you. It's a positive feedback loop that keeps swirling around and making itself more and more and more extreme and eating itself alive with hate. It's crazy to see. Let me know what you think. Was it the Babylon Bee that came up with it first, or was it Elon Musk that came up with it first? Or was it somebody else? Tell me what you think in the comments. I'll be watching.